Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is official and is confirmed for September 13th in Las Vegas, and it's going to be live on Netflix. Now, initially, when this fight was being talked about, I thought Canelo would be too big, too strong, and too imposing in the ring for Terence Crawford. Now, since then, I've had to sit down, have a think about it, break this down, and I think I've changed my mind. I think that Terence Crawford, with his pedigree, with his boxing IQ, and the fact that he's achieved so much in boxing with that experience, I think will give Canelo a lot of problems. I think Terence Crawford will give Canelo so many problems in that ring at times where Terence Crawford will actually outbox Canelo. Look, it's an interesting fight. It's a fascinating fight. If you look at the head-to-head, both fighters are coming into the ring with a lot of experience, with fantastic pedigree in boxing, and they're both one of the best of this generation in their respective weight classes. So have a look at the head-to-head. Canelo Alvarez, 63 fights, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 KOs. Terence Crawford, 41 fights, 0 losses, and 0 draws, but 31 KOs. Canelo Alvarez, 24 title fights wins. Terence Crawford, 19 title fight wins. Canelo Alvarez, 2 times undisputed. Terence Crawford, 2 times undisputed. Canelo, number 8 on the pound for pound list. Terence Crawford, number 3 on the pound for pound list. Canelo Alvarez, 4 division world champion. Terence Crawford, 4 division world champion. So as you guys can see, both fighters have incredible pedigree. Like, there's so much experience, there's so much boxing IQ, there's so much boxing on display on the night. If you look at what these guys have achieved and what they're putting on the line, it's going to be really interesting. For Terence Crawford, you have to give him the respect because he dared to be great, right? He wants to be great. To go up in weight from super welterweight all the way to super middleweight to fight for the undisputed champion against Canelo is a brave move, and you have to respect that. For Canelo, this is the weight where he's comfortable at. I'm not sure if there have been any discussions of a rehydration clause in the contracts, but I think Canelo is going to be really comfortable in there. I think, he's going to be strong, definitely the stronger fighter. But I think where the difference will be is the fact that I believe Terence Crawford has a better boxing IQ than Canelo. Now, Canelo, I think, is the better fighter, but Terence Crawford is the better boxer. Although Terence Crawford is not a bad fighter at all. Terence Crawford is actually a really, really good fighter. Because of the weight advantage for Canelo in this fight, I think Canelo will be very much more imposing. But I think Terence Crawford, because of his ring IQ, the fact that he can switch southpaw and orthodox, because of the fact that he can hit very hard with each of his hands, I think is really difficult, and it will be difficult for Canelo to adjust to the speed, given the fact that Terence Crawford is actually coming from the lower weight division. So he's going to come with the speed that he's always been able to move with, right? So coupling that speed with being a southpaw, which he likes to fight in most of the time, and the fact that I think he's a better boxer, I think it's going to be really hard for Canelo to land flush on Terence Crawford. And if you're in that ring against Terence Crawford and you're not able to land flush and get the respect that is needed, then I think it's going to be a very long night. And by the way, Terence Crawford is a hard hitter in his respective weight division. So it'll be interesting to see if Terence Crawford can carry his punch power from super welterweight to super middleweight division. It's really interesting. There's so many variables in this fight, but I really think that Canelo will have a lot of trouble pinning Terence Crawford down to be able to land those bombs that I think he needs to land to be able to win this fight. Terence Crawford is likely to outbox Canelo in this fight and really make Canelo look silly, because Canelo likes to, throw hard shots, because his whole premise is to try and get his opponent out of there. And that's exactly what Canelo will be looking to do. For Terence Crawford, he has power, but I think Terence is going to really rely on his boxing IQ and the fact that he's a very tricky southpaw and he's a switch hitter, which sometimes can really be very tricky for other opponents to figure out. And I think that's where Terence Crawford is going to, have success at and really try and win this fight on point. Now, if there is an opening, absolutely Terence Crawford is going to take it. No doubt about that, because he's a killer. When he has you hurt, you're in massive trouble. And when Canelo has you hurt, you're in massive trouble. So none of these fighters actually have room to make any mistakes in that ring on September 13th. It's going to be incredible. We might do a watch along for that fight, so watch out for that. But I'm really interested to know how you guys see this fight. What do you think about it? How do you break it down? How do you sort of see it playing out? Who do you think comes out on top on the night? Is it Terence Crawford's speed and his switch hitting and his trickery as a southpaw? Is it Canelo's brute force and power and imposing nature in the ring? Get in the comment section and let me know how you break this fight down. My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing. If you enjoy boxing content, then please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. I'll see you guys on the next one.